I want to talk a little bit more about the Tools menu. In a previous demonstration, we discussed groups and group permissions and also setting up your users. Now we're going to talk about importing and exporting. So here in the import and export page, I have links to import leads or loans or populate my address book. So if you click on the link, it'll go ahead and launch the import wizard, and this will allow us to go ahead and browse out, find anything that's in a CSV file format we can import. Who do we want the leads assigned to, and if there's a particular campaign that maybe these leads are coming from, maybe we purchased them from a particular provider. So when you hit next, it's going to take you through the mapping process. So basically it's read in the first two records of my file, and it's displaying them here for me. So then it's displaying all the available fields in Captaloans. So what you want to do then is go through the mapping process. So say for city, we want to go ahead and map applicant city to city and applicant address 1 to their mailing address. So you would go through and try to populate each of these fields and get it all mapped, and then give yourself a map name. So in case you come back with this same file type again at a later date, you don't have to do this. You can just choose the map again. And then once you go ahead and click next, it'll go ahead and import it into our leads. So this one here, this sample, the first row, it looks like it's a header row. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that box checked, and I'll go ahead and not import that row as a lead. It'll start with row 2. Then once you go through the test here, go ahead and save our mapping. It'll go ahead and give you an idea of what this import's going to look like. It's letting us know that we did not map the first and last name field, so it's giving these as a warning. So it's kind of telling us, hey, before you do an import, you might want to go back and correct this. We did not map the first and last name. So looks like first name and last name are down here, so we would want to go ahead and correct that before we did the import. Once you go through the import, all the leads will then be added on the leads page and will show up. There's a 400 record limit per import. You can do multiple imports. You can only do 400 at a time though. If you do a large import and then you find for some reason, let's say like that, the previous attempt, we forgot to map the first and last name, and then you're stuck with 400 leads that aren't quite perfect. There'll be a box here that allow you to do an undo and back it out. We also give you the ability to do an export. So if you want to go ahead and export all of your data, you can do that also. At Captaloans, we back up all the data daily, and it's moved off site and it's kept all very secure. But if you want to do your own backups, this is a nice tool here. Also, if you want to ever do some importing into another application where you want to export your data, we allow you to do this. So you can click on these links here, and it'll go ahead and export all your lead data into a CSV type format. If we move over here to the campaigns link, this is going to show us that campaigns drop down in the leads and loans tab. These are all the campaigns that we have created, and these are the ones that are showing up in that drop down list. So we can create new campaigns over here on the right. I'm not sure if you can still see this link with my projection, but over on the right I've got a link here to add a campaign, and if I click that link, I'm going to be taken to a screen like this where I can go ahead and put in a campaign name. If there's, say, a cost that was associated with it, like let's say I'm running a radio ad and it costs $1,000, I can go ahead and put in a cost here. And then back on the campaign section, as you start adding leads and tagging them with your campaign, we'll keep a short list over here of kind of the lifetime leads and loans. There's also a report that you can run that will kind of show you some ROI information. Over on the far right, probably a little bit off the screen, there's a remove button, so I can go ahead and say remove one of these campaigns. So let's say if I want to remove this flyer campaign, I can go ahead and remove it, and it'll drop it off the list. Alerts and notifications. These are email alerts that you can set up to notify you in the event of some type of action. I'm going to click on the far right. There's an add alert link over there, and it's going to take me into the new alert page. So basically the way this works is We're going to give it a name. We can give it any name we want. And basically we're saying, notify me anytime a lead is converted to a loan, or anytime a lead is more than 10 days old, anytime a loan has been declined, for example. So let's say we're going to create a declined alert. So anytime a loan is declined, I want an email sent to Bill, and let's say also to Ryan. So now anytime if we want, we can also CC the loan agent. In this case, I don't want that. So now anytime a loan, any of my agents marks a loan as declined and hit save, I'm going to get a short email reminding me or letting me know, like, hey, a loan was in decline. So let's say I want to then, kind of follow up with the agent. Why was that loan declined? Is there anything we could do to try to salvage it? In Captaloans, we also give you the ability to create child branches. So if you have a large organization and you want to create multiple branches, you can do that. On the far right, there's a create branch icon, and so you can create a branch. This is a feature that's only available in the premium plan. But basically, once you create a branch, it operates as a self-running entity. So you'll create a branch administrator account, and then that branch manager will then manage that child branch. Now, you won't be able to see the loans that are in the child branch. That functions as a separate entity. So if you're interested in pursuing the branches, contact the support, and we can go through that a little bit more and explain to you how that works. So this concludes the tools menu.